We're here now because at 6:20 this morning, we received word that a man had been arrested in Massapequa Park for the Long Island serial killings of 4 of the women who were laid in tandem and covered with burlap along Ocean Parkway. We know that there are 11 victims that we are certain of. That would include Shannon Gilbert. This man, we believe, will be arraigned for anywhere from 1 to 4 of the murders with the burlap, the girls with the burlap over them, but not for the others. That doesn't mean he didn't do the others. It just means we think that at this time, the police are not ready to make another arrest. Even so, with those facts in mind, it's true to say that we breathe a great sigh of relief. Myself, after being on this case for 12 years and investigating this case relentlessly, and as well the victims' families, that finally something has been done, and finally somebody has been caught. I think we'll leave it to the district attorney, and then later on, I believe Mr. Tierney is going to hold a press conference to explain to you more of the details that they have. We don't know them all. We do know that this man was not on the radar for many people at all, or any people, until what we learned this morning. So we're happy that the police are finally taking a positive step in this respect. But this is just the beginning. This is just the very edge of a great, bigger body of water, shall we say, of murder that's taken place. I have no doubt but that we will find that this man, if he is the killer, will have killed other people that are not yet even known, whose bodies have not yet been located. That we think for certainty. But there are other killers, and we're hoping that the police will stay as active now that this has happened as we've asked for them to do in the past. So I'm happy after a great deal of work, and maybe partial justice will be finally accomplished here on Earth. And now, after having said that, I'm going to ask that Jasmine, who's shy and has suffered a great deal in this, will speak briefly for you, and then we'll answer any questions you have. All right, Jasmine, come on over.
I just want to say that I'm grateful for the hard work that's been done. I'm grateful that today is happening, and I'm hopeful for the future.
Jasmine, can you say anything about Jessica, who she was, and how you hope she's remembered in all of this and not forgotten somehow?
I hope that she's remembered as a beautiful young woman, not what her occupation was at that time, and she's loved and missed every day.
And how do you feel about the fact that this is supposedly the Gilgo 4 and she's not part of that, correct? So, like, what are your hopes?
I'm hopeful for the future, and I'm hopeful that a connection is made.
Do you feel it could be him?
I'm not sure yet.
How did her loss impact your life and her family's life? Losing her that way.
It destroyed us.
When you heard the news today, what did you think? What immediately came to mind?
It's been surreal. I'm still shell-shocked. And like I said, I'm just grateful that today is happening.
Jasmine, it's been a very long time.
20 years. 20 years this month.
And what does it mean now?
Like I said, I can't even put it into words right now.
Have you been in contact with any of the other victims' families too?
Yes.
You were quite supportive of each other in this? Or?
Yes.
Jasmine, we heard that from your lawyer that partial justice may happen. What does full justice look like for you? What are you hoping for?
Full justice is all the cases being closed.
You done on that? Any questions other than that?
You mentioned other killers.
Yes.
What do you mean by
We believe that there are multiple killers. By multiple, it can be anywhere more than one. The evidence is extremely strong for that, and that's already been discussed at great length in the past, but nonetheless, it remains true. And what's really important here is that we recognize that this is finally the beginning. It's the beginning, because all those other people who were dismembered, remember, the girls that are the four are not dismembered. The other ones are dismembered, many of them. There's a baby involved. There's a male, an LGBT male who's involved that we know of. There are other bodies that we think are related that were found in Mandeville, male bodies, that were slaughtered and dismembered, and some of them right around the same time. It's not necessarily true at all that the killer is just after females and that the killer is after only sex workers. But the killer or killers are after more than that. And there's more than those people who are dead and have not yet been have not had justice brought to them. So we think that there needs to be far more investigation, and maybe the dam will have broken with this fellow. We don't know what his involvement is. Is there a ring? We have plenty of evidence that I've garnered over the course of many years that there are rings of these people, more than one ring, and that the rings can stretch all the way to Buffalo, New York, and all the way to California. Quick insight for you. In Buffalo, New York, we know that one of the victims, Melissa Barthelemy, is from Lockport in Buffalo, and I investigated another case up there in Buffalo with a young lady who died, Amanda Winchowski, in 2009. She was naked. She was a sex worker, heroin addict, and she was naked, frozen, and left upside down inside a garbage can with the top on her, and the police concluded that it was an accidental death. So I came into that case, and Miss Barthelemy was her co-worker in Buffalo before she worked on Long Island. So there's connections in various places. We've managed to find some rings that are operating in Buffalo that also connect with California, where Melissa Barthelemy went, Amanda Winchowski went, and Shannon Gilbert went, all at the same time to California, where there are other people operating sex rings as well. So this thing could be very far, in a far stretch, if the police do the work that we're asking for.
Just to confirm, you believe he is connected to Jessica Taylor's murder?
This man here?
Yes.
We don't know if he's connected to Jessica Taylor's murder. We have no idea yet. And the police, maybe they'll tell us, maybe they won't. You know.
Don, during your years of investigations here, did you ever have an inkling that it was a man in Massapequa Park, maybe worked as an architect? Did you have any sort of hints that this person could be involved?
We never had any inclination or any inference that there was an architect involved, but there was a good deal of evidence that somebody connected with the Massapequa Park area was involved. Not only was there some prostitution that took place in the motels right over there in that area, but also one of the calls, at least one of the calls made from Barthelemy's, Melissa's phone to her sister by the murderer, pinged off of a tower in Massapequa. And so we kept investigating the South Shore and anybody connected with the South Shore in that area. And I guess the police have done that as well. So there is some evidence that's there, but it's very light, very thin.
Is that all? Is there any other evidence, or is that kind of it?
We have a vast database and a huge amount of evidence. My small office has one full room completely filled with boxes of just work on Gilbert. I've probably put in over 30,000 hours in work on the Gilbert case so far, maybe more. So we have a lot to go through. We're going through right now. The name Rex turns up in our database, but we don't know if it's the same Rex at all. So it's hard to say.
Just one more question to that. What's given you the strength of these years?
My love for Jessica. I'm fighting for her because she can't fight for herself.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.